Here's a tropical update for Thursday, September 16th, 2010. Sorry for the shakiness again. We got an active Atlanta going on. Look at this. This is Hurricane Igor, which is really powerful. It's very, very powerful right now. Still is a Category 4. It's been Category 4 for quite some time now. Anyways, it intensified again last night, and the winds are back up to 145 miles per hour, and the central pressure is 929 millibars. So it's very close to the strength of Hurricane Earl earlier this year again. And okay, over here, right here, that is Hurricane Julia, which Julia has really lost some strength, a lot of strength. It used to be this really intense, it used to be a Category 4 hurricane also. Anyways, it is rapidly weakening, and it'll die out here pretty soon. It may stay active for the next 5 days, but we'll see on that. Where it's just really losing its intensity there, and we don't know how much longer it's gonna last. Winds are still at 105 miles per hour, which is a Category 2 hurricane, but we're gonna see it really fall apart here. Alright, and the new tropical storm Karl. Karl is really has a very high amount of shower and thunderstorm activity, like Hurricane Igor does. Karl's a small system, unlike Julia and Igor. However, it is not. It's right now. It did just emerge off the coast of Belize. It's getting ready to make a second landfall on Mexico in about 2 days. It's slow moving. In about 2 days, it'll come ashore right around in this area. So Karl, again, small, very compact, but it is expected to become a Category 1 hurricane before landfall. So what's Igor going to do? Well, Igor is going to, I think it's going to hold its intensity for now. It may get a little stronger, and there is, again, for the third time in a row, or not third time in a row, but for the third time in its entire lifetime, is going to possibly approach Category 5 status again. It almost made it just the night before. It almost made it to Category 5 status. It exceeded the strength of Hurricane Earl by a long shot. So we're going to watch that. Let's take a closer look here at these systems. We're in the central Atlantic. Here's Hurricane Igor. There's the eye right there. It's still very well defined. This is the eye wall. It has a very large eye wall, which means a very large wind field. This wind field of tropical storm force winds goes really far out. I mean, even farther than this main convection here. It goes farther out than that. Igor is a very large hurricane. As you can see, it doesn't even fit on this map when I zoom in. So Igor is really strong and very large. So it has a very large eye wall. Most of the eye wall is shifted south of the eye, which that's how most hurricanes are set up. It's usually about on the south side of the eye. I'm going to take a closer look at Julia here. Okay, Julia. You see, Julia doesn't really have a clearly defined eye anymore. Julia is very, very weakened. It's very weakened. But the center circulation, I would say, is right along in here. So the convection is well to the northeast, or northwest. The convection is well northwest of this area of circulation, which indicates Julia is quickly weakening. It is still a very large hurricane, though. As you can see, look how large this thing is. It's extremely large. But it is getting pretty darn weak. we're looking in the Gulf-wise, Karl is just in an awkward position because it's hard to see on any of our maps. But this is Karl. As you can see, it has a lot of convection. Look at this. This has a lot of convection here. Just one huge little cluster. It's not really that big, but it's really clustered, and we got a lot off of that. The winds right now are 50 miles per hour. Since it's just now emerged, it's going to quickly strengthen, make landfall about right here, near latitude. No, doesn't show the number. Darn it. Anyways, it's going to make landfall right over here as probably a Category 1 hurricane. There is potential that it could make landfall as a Category 2, which would be similar to Hurricane Alex in June. So, I'm going to watch that. Projected paths. This is the projected path of Igor. Igor is will continue going northeast through Sunday morning. Then it's going to start turning northward. It's going to pass directly, the center will pass directly over the island of Bermuda as a hurricane, possibly a major hurricane even. So Bermuda is bracing for a serious impact from this. Then after it passes from Bermuda, it's going to take its natural northeastward turn like most Cape Verde hurricanes do. They eventually will turn northeast. But it is going to remain active for the next several days. If we go into the future out after 5 days, it just shows it going like that. That's where it's going to be going on after 5 days. It's going well to the northeast of anything. It's just going to die out there. Julia is a more weirder hurricane. It's a Cape Verde hurricane also. It's going to go northwest, just like Igor is doing. By Saturday, it's going to start turning north-northeast, or just north-northwest. Then it's going to turn directly north. Then it's going to make a very rapid turn to the northeast. More like east-northeast almost. And this is what they're expecting it to do. And probably die out sooner than this. Probably die out about right here, just near these islands over there. So Julia will rapidly weaken when it does that rapid turn. It's going to die out probably near these islands over there. Karl projected path. This is the center as of 4 a.m. Thursday. It's going to keep going west-northwest. It's going to hit the Mexican coast as a hurricane at peak strength. It's going to travel across the center of Mexico. It's going to go across the entire center of it, and it will push off into the eastern Pacific. What will it do after that? It's going to continue going this west-northwest turn. Then it'll probably take a turn like this. Like that. Don't know if it'll redevelop out in the Eastern Pacific. The Eastern Pacific is really inactive this year. Whoops, didn't mean to make that mark. Ignore it. Eastern Pacific's been very quiet this year because of the La Nina that's developed. So we don't know if it'll really redevelop over here. But if it does, it'll take this and just go northeast like that. So, that is your tropical update for today.